Bruce the Taurus here of the American Small Business League. We want Congress to raise from 5% to 15% the federal contract dollars that must go to women-owned small businesses. We want a small business defined as 100 or less employees. And we want the Small Business Administration to prove that small business contracts go to legitimate small businesses. Why? Because economic fairness will let women reach political equality, and small businesses will create millions of jobs, and the economy will boom when their contracts don't go to big businesses. Women are half the population. They own 40% of all businesses in America. They sell what the government buys. But companies owned by men get at least 95% of federal contract dollars, and that helps men dominate in politics. Raising from 5% to 15% the federal contract dollars that must go to women-owned small businesses will not only help women become political equals, it would raise from 23% to 33% the total that should go to small businesses in general. $264 billion would be pumped into our economy, 33% of $800 billion, the low estimate of the federal government's procurement budget. And 3.3 million jobs would get created. That's because every 1% increase in contracts to small businesses creates 100,000 new jobs, according to the Senate Small Business Committee chair in 2010. Men dominate in politics because they earn and save more than women. They donate more to campaigns and so have more influence with the winners. And it's easier for men to run for office. Men hold roughly 75% of all seats in the House, the Senate, state legislatures, and presidents' cabinets, almost that many governorships, and 90% of committee chair and party leadership positions. Raising the goal for women, giving them economic fairness, opens the way to political equality, ensuring our survival. We need in the councils of government, as we need in life, the priorities and sensibilities of not only men, but also of women. Here's where it gets even bigger. We are a small business nation. 99.9% of all businesses in America are small businesses. By the government's definition, up to 500 employees. 98% have less than 100 employees. The real definition, we believe. They're supposed to get 23% of all federal contract dollars. And every year, we are told they get that much, and often more than that. But the truth is, they don't. Big businesses, 0.1% of all businesses, get up to 97% of federal contract dollars, including those meant for small businesses, who really get as little as 3% every year. That's what we have found in our 100 plus Freedom of Information legal victories against the Pentagon, NASA, the SBA, and others, and many congressional investigations and SBA Inspector General reports have found the same thing. The SBA, which is responsible for reporting the contracting goal, needs an overhaul. Big businesses should not get small business contracts. They don't create jobs. They're already big. And the SBA needs an expansion, a budget and staff as big as its mission to help small businesses. It should not have its budget and staff cut and many offices closed, nor be burdened with the $1.7 trillion student loan portfolio, perhaps setting it up to fail, as the Trump administration has done and is proposing. At our site, don'tcheatwomen.com, you can see a page called What You Can Do. It has links to your representative, your senators, the White House, and the SBA, and a letter you can send about these things. Send it to everyone you think will care and encourage them to send it to their representatives too. Women will become political equals when they have economic fairness, and the economy will boom and the middle class will thrive when only small businesses get small business contracts. Go to don'tcheatwomen.com to see what you can do. Go to ASBL.com to see our history of exposing these problems. We are the American Small Business League, a bigger voice for small business.